I'm really excited that Plymouth is leading the way on the National Marine Park project. It's an opportunity for us to reconnect with our marine environment. It feels like since the Second World War, Plymouth's been turning its back on the sea. Now, our history and our heritage, but also our future, depends on us connecting with the ocean, creating jobs, protecting that valuable habitat, and really making sure that we are loving our ocean. And the National Marine Park project, I think, has given a new focus and emphasis on just what an amazing part of the world we live in, how special it is, and how important it is that that wonderful natural environment, our full range of biodiversity, as well as all those important marine jobs, are protected. It's really an exciting project, and Plymouth is literally leading the way here. We have the UK's first national marine park in Plymouth Sound. I hope it won't be the last, but it needs to be the best. And that's why investment in our National Marine Park project and our wonderful Plymouth Sound is so important to make sure that we're making the most of this incredible opportunity.
There's lots of possibilities with it, aren't there? There's potential diving trails, for example. What sort of impact and difference have we seen since this status was first self-declared?
I think the real difference that being a national marine park has made to us is the boosting confidence that it's provided to organisations who are active in the Sound. We now have a plain English description for all the wonderful different forms of marine protection that we enjoy in the Sound, from marine protected areas to triple SIs to European designations. And a status as being the UK's first national marine park, I think, has given an energy for people to rediscover. The pandemic has also meant that we feel a greater affinity to the ocean. More people have taken up wild swimming. I'm a wild swimmer. I love getting into the sea, and there's more people in there now. And I think the whole project, whether it's about increasing tourist visitors to the Sound, whether it's about helping every single school child be able to go rock pooling or dip their toes into the sea, I think all those different aspects are building on what we have in Plymouth, which is something truly spectacular and special. But I don't think we've always valued it in the way that we need to. And we are turning that corner with the National Marine Park project now, so we can have an incredible story told about our natural environment, the jobs that rely on the sea, and a bright, bold future where we're restoring the habitats and the biodiversity in the waters around our city. It's really incredibly exciting. And it's not just one organisation doing this. It is so many different groups all pulling together with one common objective of making the most of our wonderful Plymouth Sound, supporting biodiversity and creating more jobs. Absolutely fabulous, really.
And although Plymouth is leading the way, there's a lot of opportunity in potential areas around the country, even the Bristol Channel, for example, where this kind of project could be replicated.
Well, as well as being the local MP in Plymouth, I'm also the Shadow Environment Secretary, so I lead on this area nationally for the opposition. There's an enormous potential and opportunity, not just to test and prove that a national marine park works in Plymouth Sound, but then to roll it out right round the country. We have an enormous array of diverse biodiversity in our waters. We have some absolutely special marine habitats, but the designations are often complicated and wordy. And I don't think that people always understand how marine protection works. It's much easier understanding it on land. People value a national park. They value an area of outstanding natural beauty. They can see it. It's often harder to see it in the marine environment, which is why that plain English description of being a national marine park is something that is so very important. Plymouth is leading the way on this. We are the first national marine park. We won't be the last. I want to see other communities seize the opportunity that Plymouth has seized here and create their own national marine parks in their community. I think it really is something that can be expanded right round our coastline, protecting biodiversity, supporting jobs in fishing and marine engineering, and creating more opportunities for people to learn more about this fabulous natural environment that we have around our coast. This really is something that will grow and grow. It's Labour policy to see an expansion of national marine parks around our coastline, and I hope that we can persuade the government to support the National Marine Park project, not just in Plymouth with funding and investment, but as an example that can be replicated right around the coast.
And do you think with the G7 on the horizon here, issues such as, protections for our marine areas maybe bumped up the agenda slightly?
Well, Britain's not short of marine protected areas, but we're often short on the management that makes those marine protected areas actually mean something. I want to see 30% of our oceans protected by 2030. That's the UN treaty obligation around our oceans that Britain signed up for. That's only 9 years away. So we need to hurry up with that. And that's why valuing the marine protected statuses of our waters that we have currently and putting a plain English descriptor around it of a national marine park is so important, because our oceans need our help. They're drowning in plastic. In many cases, in some areas, they're being overfished. We don't see that focus on investment into our waters. And that's why projects like the National Marine Park not only give us a chance to talk about how we can use it to create jobs and support our future development as a city, it also gives us a chance to repair the damage that people have done to our oceans, the habitats that's been destroyed, the species that have been put under threat. I think it's a really important opportunity. And if we don't seize this, we're going to be leaving it to our children's generation, our grandchildren, to repair the damage, not just of those that came before us now that polluted our oceans so badly, but of a generation that knows the consequences of a failure to protect our marine environment and failed to act. That's not something that I'm prepared to have on my watch. That's why I want to see marine protection further up the agenda, more areas being protected, more areas better managed, and more species and habitats being able to recover and thrive. Because if we have a thriving marine environment, we'll have more jobs able to be built on that foundation, and we'll have better recovery of our oceans. It's a really big task ahead, but if we don't do it, we'll contribute to the further decline and destruction of our planet. And I don't think anyone wants that.